everyone! Today's video is gonna be a little different. It's a do-it-yourself to build yourself a nice nail polish rack. I really wanted to get one, but on the internet everything I found was crazy expensive and only holds maybe 30 nail polishes, and as you can see I'm kind of a nail polish junkie. I have tons of them, and before that they were all in a drawer and it was really a nightmare to find the color you were looking for. So I really wanted to do something to put on the wall, and yeah, I had just had that space behind my closet door, so it was the perfect spot to kind of store them. So I'm going to show you how to do it. The whole thing cost me less than 30 euros, which I think is incredible. It's made of wood, so it's really resistant, and as you can see it holds a crazy amount of nail polishes. I think you can easily fit maybe 200 of them in here, and I just painted it in white just to make sure that I get the color that I see, because if it was black the color wouldn't be a true match. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing I did is to glue my two sides on my kind of back side. I purchased the wood from a craft store that's called Brico here in Belgium, and they cut you the wood the size you want. So that's free. You just pay for the wood panel and they cut it for free. So that's really good. But I will put all the dimension and information in the description bar below. So the first thing I did is that I used some wood glue and I glued the two sides onto my back panel. So I chose to use both glue and pins to make my shelf really resistant, because I don't want my nail polishes to fall on the floor and just ruin everything. So I place it and I want to make sure that it's completely straight so that my shelf isn't a complete mess. So that's what I did. The boyfriend came to help, but I didn't need him. I'm a strong woman. So yeah, when it's glued, you really want to push it to really seal it. As you can see, I kept pushing it to make sure that it was correctly glued, and then I took some paper and I cleaned the edges. Then you want to make sure that the glue is completely dry before you move on to the next step. So after that, I took some pins and I placed them where I wanted them to be. As you can see, they're fairly close to each other because, as I said, I want my shelf to be extra resistant. Then, as you can see, I took my hammer and I began to work on it. One thing that you want to make sure is that the top of your pin is completely flat so it doesn't ruin your wall. Then I moved onto my shelves. This is probably the most difficult part of the whole project. I'm pretty sure there's a ton of easier way to do it, but that one worked perfectly for me. So I wanted to make sure that I had 10 centimeters between each shelf, because I have some really tall nail polishes. So what I did is that I placed the shelf and then I measured 10 centimeters at the right, then at the left, then back to the right to make sure that it hadn't moved. It's really important because you want your shelf to be completely straight. Then what you want to do is that you want to take a pencil and you want to outline where your shelf is above and below to have the mark where it needs to be. Once you're done, you want to remove the shelf and you're gonna apply a thin layer of wood glue between the two lines that you traced. Now you can take your shelf and put it into place and just make sure that it's completely straight. Don't forget to press it to make sure that it's completely glued. Just repeat the same steps for the rest of the shelves. Once everything was done and completely dried, I added some pins onto the side to make it even more resistant. So that's it, you just build yourself a nice nail polish rack. I simply added some white paint on top of mine and we hang it on the wall thanks to my boyfriend. And yeah, I'm super happy with it. It was a real fun do-it-yourself project for the weekend. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye!